Hi ladies, this is Jamie. Thanks for watching. This video is about anxiousness. Are you anxious over the breakup and how to turn the tables and make him anxious instead? So you went through a breakup and you are constantly checking your phone to see if he texts you or messages and says, I miss you, would you like to get together and talk? To see if he's liked anything you posted on social media. You're maybe seeing if he's on social media, if he's liking other girls' posts. You are just a mess. You're not eating or you're eating too much. You're not sleeping or you're sleeping too much. Your thoughts are going crazy, wondering, what is he thinking? What is he doing? Does he think about me? Is he glad to be broken up? You're an absolute mess. In order to calm the anxiousness within you, you might do a few things because you just want some kind of an answer. You might seek closure. You might want to have another conversation with him. You might want to just have a meetup with him somewhere or go to where he's at just to see how he's doing. You might talk to mutual friends or family members. You might like something on his social media just to see if he will comment to you. You do all sorts of crazy things to try to eliminate a little bit of the anxiousness, to try to kind of curb it a little bit, because you're a roller coaster. You are just going up and down. One minute you may feel like, I'm fine, I don't need him, I'll move on, I'll find somebody new. And the next minute you think, he was my whole world and I'm never going to find anybody else. Being this anxious in a breakup is horrible. It is all consuming. That is what your mind is constantly on. It's hard to go to work. It's hard to focus on anything else. I completely understand. And during this time, you might be wondering, is he feeling the same way I'm feeling? Is he struggling as much as me? And you don't know. You have no way of knowing. He might be feeling the same way. He might not. It kind of depends on who wanted the breakup, why the breakup happened, how long the two of you had been together. There are a lot of factors. I can't tell you exactly what he's feeling, but I can tell you how to kind of turn the tables on this whole situation just a little bit. I'm not saying you should desire for him to feel miserable or him to feel as anxious as you do, but when you do a few things, he's going to start feeling a little pressure. He's going to start wondering about you and what you're doing and where you're at. These things I'm going to tell you to do are going to really make him curious about you, and he's probably going to reach out. Sometimes that gives you a little bit, a moment of peace, a time of peace where you go, okay, let me try not to be so anxious, or in the middle of this freak out that I'm having, let me get my mind on a few other things, and I know that then he might come back around. Now, this is only if you want this guy back, or you're maybe thinking that you want him back. You feel like you've left some things unfinished. So listen to what I'm going to tell you, because this 100% will work. If you were a high value woman, what I'm about to tell you is going to work brilliantly. Now, if you were not a high value woman, if you were a little crazy, if you were overly emotional, controlling, if you had some issues, he might just be glad to be out of the breakup and be done with it. Now, I'm not saying he's never going to come back around. Maybe you need to transform into a high value woman, and I don't have time to go into that on this video. However, I have plenty of other videos on what it means to be a high value woman and how to transform yourself into a high value woman. You can also get one of my e-courses on my website called She's Everyday, she'severyday.com. I will link it in the description below. Get one of my e-courses. You can download it to your phone or tablet. It's only $49. It will help you to transform into this wonderful, amazing version of yourself that you were always created to be. But let's face it, ladies, we don't always show up as our best selves, especially in a toxic relationship or in a relationship where we're unsure of ourselves or during a breakup. So that website can help you to be that high value woman. But let's say you were a high value woman, or you are transforming yourself into a high value woman at this point. Keep on doing that. Keep on working on your goals. Here's the one thing I'm going to tell you to do is move on. And I know that sounds so simple, and you may be like, why are you telling me this? I have heard this from all of my friends. Just get over it. Just move on. Just let him go. I know it's not easy. I know it's hard. You can move on and cry. You can move on and still feel miserable. You can be moving on and still feel like you have just a knot in the middle of your stomach. You can move on and just feel heartsick because this relationship has ended. I get it. I have been there. And plenty of my clients that I work with have been there. But I'm telling you, the only way that this man ever comes back around, the only way that he starts wondering about you, the only way that he begins to be a little bit anxious about what you're doing is if you truly move on. During this move on phase, I want you to work on yourself, work on your goals. Again, my e-course called She Heals, and She's the One will give you detailed ways to do that, detailed things to post on your social media, because he will stalk you on your social media. Trust me, even if you think, no, he won't, or he's blocked me, he will find out a way. When you begin to move on, again, you're moving on, but you're just still sick about it. I am going to tell you to do one thing, and that is start dating again. You might say, but I don't feel like dating. I don't want to date. I am just still so sick about this, or I need to give myself time to heal. You can heal, but still move forward. You can heal, but still try to find the love of your life. I am not telling you to go out there and use a man or use anybody to get over your ex. Here's what I am telling you. A high-value woman goes for what she wants, and she does not waste her time on a man who's confused or has issues or just doesn't want to be with her. She will process her emotions as quickly as she can. She will dig in her heels and do everything that she can do to get herself back, to get her pride back, her confidence back, her self-esteem back. And she will move on very quickly. Not because she's shallow, but because she knows what she deserves, and time is short, and she's going to go out and find the love of her life. She's going to find her forever guy. She's going to find a guy that will treat her like a queen, and she can treat him like a king. That's what a high-value woman does. She is intentional and purposeful about her life. She has goals in every area: physical goals, relationship goals, social goals, emotional goals, financial goals, and she is going to go out and find her life. If you are that kind of high-value woman that can face a breakup and say, oh, this hurts so bad, and I am just sick over it. But if you don't want me, that's okay. I will cry and I will heal and I will move on and I will find somebody else wonderful. I will find the guy that God has out there that's perfect for me. That woman is irresistible. And when you truly have that mentality and you start moving on with your life, that's when your ex comes back. That's when your ex begins to get anxious, because it's like the universe sends him a signal that you're moving on. And he knows now time is short. There's a sense of urgency on him now that he has to check in with you. He has to find out what you're doing, because he may not want you to move on with somebody else. Maybe he doesn't want you in that moment, but he doesn't want you to move on from him so quickly. That really hurts his ego. Now, I know you might be telling yourself, but if I move on, if I start dating again, and he decides he wants to get back with me, he's not going to reach out because he thinks I've already moved on. So I don't want to do that. I want him to know that he can come back to me. Listen, ladies, that is totally the opposite. I get what you're thinking. I really do. But there is no sense of urgency. There is no drive for him to contact you if he thinks you are just sitting around waiting. When he thinks that you are with somebody else, a different guy, perhaps a better guy, now that puts some pressure on him to act. Every single instance, either that I went through personally or coaching with other women that have said, I'm just going to start moving on and start dating. And they actively go out and start dating. Maybe nothing serious, maybe just dating just to see if they have anything in common with this guy. Maybe they get on a dating site and they just meet up with somebody for ice cream or coffee and just have a casual conversation, see if their goals align. I am not telling you to go out and get in some big, deep relationship. I am not telling you to get physically or intimately involved with anyone. I am telling you to go find your guy and give yourself an opportunity to meet different people. And when you approach it that way, this ex is going to go crazy. He's going to be obsessing over what you are doing. Your social media is going to change because your mind has changed. Your thoughts have changed. You are transforming into a high value woman who knows what she wants. Ladies, I want to see you win, not only in this breakup, but I want to see you win long-term in life. So please get one of my e-courses. It's on the website, she'severyday.com. I will link it in the description below, and watch this ex come back around when he sees this new amazing you and you've got 20 guys following you. That's the position that you want to be in during this breakup. Ladies, I want to see you win. God bless you. I will see you in the next video.